everybody, welcome back from my Comic Bento box for July of 2016. Let's get right into it. Alright, and there you go. There's Comic Bento. And so this box is going to be all about different types of robots. Yay! So, first up, we got from Aspen Comics. One about, pretty much about, I guess you could classify it as cyborgs. We'll classify it as cyborgs. And that is a Comic Bento exclusive of Bubblegum. Yep. It's pretty much about this team of thieves that pulls off a heist, and what they end up stealing is, they didn't expect it, and now they're caught up in this big conspiracy, and I think somebody from their team dies, and they have to go on the run, and they turn to a rival band of thieves to help them out. But yeah, it's a really good story. I mean, some pages you have to sit there and reread it maybe 2 or 3 times, but it's a really good story in my opinion. I mean, I like it, and the artwork is just it's okay artwork for futuristic artwork. I mean, it's nothing spectacular or anything. It's just like, basically, pretty much if you've seen it once or anytime, you've seen them all. So, and there's a little bit of the cover gallery, but still very enjoyable. And it's the entire first volume. But yeah, if you definitely like cyborgs, sexy cyborg women, and kind of a little bit of a love story going on there, and basically action, espionage, thriller, I think you'll like it. As far as rereading it, it'd have to take some time in between. I would definitely give this, a reread on a rainy day. Now, next up is one that kind of reminds me of old 50s movies and stuff during the sci-fi age of films. And this one is called It Came, and it basically just looks like a poster of a 1950s science fiction movie. And the back is pretty much, it was pretty cool. But I mean, it kind of reminds you of Mystery Science Theater or low budget horror, science fiction. And the story plays out just like a whole movie, and it's really, really cool. And I think it's really well written. And what I really like about it is, yes, it's all in black and white. And this art style is really cool. And the way they talk is just so quirky and what you would expect from a low-budget science fiction movie. It just nails it. And they even have these right here, which it's amazing. To me, putting something like this in comic book form, I just didn't think it could be done. And they have freaking intermission. But yeah, this is It Came, and if you love 1950s, Mystery Science Theater, or 1950s sci-fi horror or sci-fi movies in general, you're really going to love this. Well-written comic book. And it's directed by Dan Boltwood. If you ever come across this in a couple years, maybe around $5 bin, or do you have some extra money lying around, don't know what to get, you could get this. It's an average, it's about a $10, $14 book, but it's well worth the money. Well worth the money. And it's also published by Titan Comics. So that's It Came. Okay. Next up, we have a Dynamite graphic novel. And it's volume 1 of Voltron. Now, when I was little, I never watched Voltron that much. Mainly, my robots fix was just like everybody else, all on Transformers. And I watched a little bit of Gundam. But I may have watched like 1 or 2 episodes of Voltron because it really didn't pique my interest. Because to me, similar to Transformers with a mix of kind of like Power Rangers, but I know Voltron, came out before Power Rangers did, so, but it just kind of reminded me of that, and it just never really got hooked on it. But after reading this, I'm definitely looking forward to continue reading this, because this is a darker, edgier version of Voltron, and I like anything that turns kid shows into darker, edgier stuff, and this works really well. And the artwork is just freaking amazing. I mean, you get backstory on the evil Zarkon. You get action scenes with Voltron battling gigantic monsters. It's just crazy. And I think, this collects issues 1 through 6 and all issue covers and a writer's commentary for issues 1 and 2, which I might come back and read later because they were long. But yeah, I mean, if you're a fan of Voltron, definitely go get this, because I think it does stay true to the whole Voltron mythos and everything. But I mean, it just took it, from my opinion, and took it and made it darker. And I just can't believe how well it turned it out. And it even gave a backstory of the villain, which I really love. Because most of the times these villains nowadays, you're just going to have one villain and you don't even know, you can't even sympathize with the character. You just want to see that villain destroyed or get what's coming to him. But when they make the villain have an origin story and it's so sad like it is in here, you actually care for him. When karma comes around to him, it's kind of sad in a way. You're kind of relieved, and you're kind of like, yeah, but you're also kind of sad because his rise to power could have been preventable. But anyway, that's Voltron, the 6th pilot from Dynamite. Dynamite's been doing a lot of good stuff lately. Alright, and in our last book for July's Roblox theme of Comic Bento is There is a Cat on the Internet. And it's one of these Diesel Sweeties books. And I think Comic Bento sent us one earlier, but I really enjoy them because they remind me of comic strips. And it just, kind of pokes fun at the whole, pop culture, if you will. And let me see if I can find one that's, I mean, it's not just pop culture, technology. It pokes fun at everything. And it's just a really well-rounded way to start off your day. And just to put you in a good mood. They do reference Star Wars, as you can see Obi-Wan Kenobi on the computer screen. But definitely good. Oni Press, they do these. And from the one I got before and from this one, I really do like them. I hope Comic Bento does send some more in the future. And here's a little bit, give you a little sneak peek of some of the other Diesel Sweeties they have. But anyway, There is a Cat on the Internet by Oni Press. So that is our 4 graphic novels for the month of July. There's a Cat on the Internet, Bubblegum, It Came, and Voltron. Overall, Robots wise, kind of disappointed that they didn't put some with Transformers in there, but not really too disappointed. I think they did a good job picking out a mix of stuff. You know, I think Comic Bento is not just about the mainstream. They also want people to start reading more of the indie graphic novels, indie comics, and I think it's a good mix. Past this month and last month was a good mix of them. So yeah, and as always, our little card from Moss. I will see you in the next video for August. Until then, see you later.